Today we're going to make some easy chicken noodle soup using the Phillips soup maker. Here's the ingredients we're going to add. I have a half of a chicken breast already cooked. I have an onion, some green beans, carrots, a leek. We have some organic chicken bone broth, good stuff, some thyme, and some extra wide noodles. The volume in the Phillips soup maker is enough to make 2 rather large size bowls of soup. So that's how we have to gauge what you're going to put in if you're going to make this recipe. So I took a nice sized chicken breast. This is about 3/4 of a pound before I started to cook it. And I'm going to cut that up into small pieces. And we're going to put that in first. So let's just chop that. You can shred it or you can chop it. But we want it to be rather small pieces because it'll mix around with the other vegetables that we put in here. We want it to be a nice size that you can pick up with your spoon when you eat it. So something like this is what I would like to put in because it will mix with the blending blade. So the recipes that I looked at so far, as you may know, this is new to me and this is my first soup recipe, is that they cook the chicken and they cook the turkey or the different kinds of meats first. So I'm learning with you on this one. Okay, so we have 2 nice handfuls of chicken. We're going to put that right in. And then I have a nice handful of green beans. That's kind of how I'm measuring right now. I just took some out of a bag in the refrigerator, and I'm going to make them smaller pieces too, because if you got to see the unboxing video, I'll show you right now. This is the blade that's going to spin everything around. And the soup maker has a couple settings. It has a setting to make a creamy soup, which will really blend it, and it has a setting to make chunky soup. So let me give you a little more view here. We're going to put the green beans in. We're going to make this as a chunky soup. There's actually 6 settings to make different kinds of soups and beverages. Now I have this small bowl of baby carrots. I'm going to cut them up a little bit too, because I think a piece of a carrot fits better on your spoon when you go to pick it up if you don't have a whole large carrot on there. It's a little nicer to get a blend of different vegetables when you pick it up. Some of these are pretty small, but we'll just knock them down a little bit. We'll put them in too. I think this will take about 20 minutes to cook, and we'll have 2 nice bowls of soup after that. I already have a small onion, and I'm going to cut that up too. I'm just going to make small pieces out of that. I'm going to chop that up a little bit. And we'll pop that in. Let's cut up the leek in the meantime. Now, the leek, I'm going to cut off most of the greens here. And we're just going to cut the leek in nice thin slices. Now, leeks are very powerful because they're very flavorful, very strong, and they do a great job with flavoring your soup. But also, they're loaded with nutrients. So that's what we're looking for here. We're going to cut very thin slices. I want them to be like this. And then they will fall apart a little bit in there. And they are so delicious in a soup. If you haven't tried them, you should. Thin slices, lots of flavor. The only caution I have on a leek is if you have a vitamin K restriction, they have vitamin K. So some people, look at the beautiful colors. It's really nice vegetable, and it's really packed with nutrition. Okay, let's get these in the soup pot. I always go crazy and add too much stuff when I make things sometimes. Okay, this is what we have so far. Now there is a fill line in here that we don't want to go past, so we'll be careful about that. Alright, the next thing we want to do is add some thyme. So I have some nice organic thyme, and I'm just going to add some of that right now. Okay, 2 more ingredients, noodles and bone broth. Alright, we're going to take some noodles, but these are extra wide noodles that you would put in a normal chicken soup. Alright, and as you know, they will expand too, right? They'll expand too. And then we're going to take some bone broth and fill it up to the fill line. Boy, this is a nice nutritious one. It's organic, it comes from Wegmans. You can make it yourself if you like. Alright, so let's fill that till you start to see the broth right to the fill line. Alright, if I was going to do anything, I'd add more noodles, but I think I'm at the maximum right now. Alright, let's take this blender and push it in between the vegetables. And when the contact is made, we're going to turn it on. Now you'll see different indicator lights on the top. There's one to make a smooth soup. There's one to make chunky soup. There's one to make milky soups. One to make compotes and smoothies, and also just to blend. So we're going to turn the menu on here, and we want this to be a chunky soup, and we're going to start. Okay, so I started it up on the button that shows a chunky soup on its little picture here. The light's on, and the element in the bottom of the soup maker is heating up. Every once in a while, that blending blade will spin to mix the soup ingredients. And this will go on for the next 18 minutes. Do you hear that little stirring going on in there? I wanted to make sure you heard it while it was working, because it doesn't, when it's on the chunky soup mode, it only spins every couple minutes to mix the soup while it's cooking. Maybe if you can hear, the soup is bubbling in there, and the unit is getting warm on the bottom. So it's doing its job. I can feel it as though it's just about boiling in there already. This is a great little soup maker that I got as a Christmas present from Rick, and I'm really happy about it because I love soup. Alright, I'll put the link for the Philips soup maker in my description, and also the recipe for what I put together here in this canister of soup. And we're going to let it do its job and cook for the next 18 minutes, and then we'll come back and check out the results. Did you hear that little blending going on there? Stirring around the soup? Okay, I just wanted to make sure you heard that. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, I think our soup is finished. We're going to open it up, see what we have. Oh, look at this. Oh, that looks nice. We have nice leeks and noodles and chicken and veggies. Let's put some in a bowl. Wow, that looks delicious. It's more creamy than I thought it would be from being mixed in there. I think it really looks nice. Let's taste it and see how it is. It's good and hot. And it looks creamy and chunky at the same time. I think it really looks good. Sure smells good. Oh, that's really flavorful. It's really good. Alright, there's our first recipe. Giving it a try, the Phillips soup maker. So far so good. Come back and see some more recipes later in the week. Thanks for watching.